I remember we played the Bulls when I was in Milwaukee. And you know how you going through layup line and you cross paths. And I remember crossing paths with MJ and we dapped it up. And I told him, I said, man, if we ever get together, we're going to win championships. And we kept going.
Yeah.
And we came back.
Yeah.
And I tell people, when you look at the numbers, he's 23, I'm 14.
Mm-hmm.
My 1 and my 4 encompasses 2 and 3. Together they equal 10. So ain't no way we could lose.
Ain't
no way we could lose.
So your first year in Chicago, you guys lose to Detroit.
Yes, and get our ass whooped.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they laid it on us.
What'd you guys learn from that?
That the biggest thing was their physicality versus our athleticism.
It's the MJ rules.
Okay. So when they was knocking MJ down, they'd tap Scotty out a little bit. Okay. We would react to them taps. The following year, it was make sure that when anybody got tapped, 2 or 3 of us go over there quick and get them right to the line or get them up and let's go.
Yeah.
That it ain't going to be us lingering over this hit or looking back. No. Get your ass up, get to the line, make your free throws. They going to foul you because they can't stop you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the athleticism that we had in our front line, man, was stupid at that period of time. And being able to play under the system that we played under, with Doug, it was tough because everything was run so much through MJ that it was hard for the younger cats, Pete, BJ, Stacy, for them to be able to see how this is played, So once it became a thing where everybody was going to get touches, it became a different game, man. And once again, it was, MJ was hot with the system when it was brought to him. He didn't want to run triangle, but it was like, and that's another thing, watching The Last Dance and the aura of the mystique of Mike and the aura of the mystique of MJ or 23 or whatever you want to call it, and the reality of what the locker room was like, that wasn't a senior, he wasn't a senior in the class, you know what I'm saying? That was Bill Cartwright. So it wasn't ever where he was going to outspeak Bill or he was going to outspeak Hodge because it was seniority. You came in the league, we was in the league when you came here.
Different rules.
It's not going to be different level. So people from the outside would see it one way, but we on the inside understood it to be what it was, and that, when things would go awry, it was going to be, yo, teach, and that's what we call Bill Cartwright. Yo, teach, what's up? And he going to let it be known, and wasn't nobody going to challenge that. And that's the part where I think, the whole media side of things can cause friction. When I look at the opportunity that Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler had together in Chicago, but the media wanted to make it whose team is it, as opposed to see these young brothers realize what we could do as a camaraderie and make this thing go for a championship. And that's the part that, understanding that different systems, and that's what I tell people all the time, I don't care what you're in, systems win championships. And every system that has a defensive component on it, defense wins championships. So we hang our hat on defense, and the way that we do that is going to give us an opportunity to bust out of this thing and play offense the way we want to play it, which is run. People think that triangle slow down. You think about it. We wanted to run most of the time when we're trying to do the triangle. We're trying to run to numbers. Now, if the numbers ain't there, let's flow into our system and get things popping off, without the ball getting stuck in one place.
Yep. Pippen.
Incredible. Yeah.
You were telling me, this is one thing I asked you. I asked you 2 things, we'll get into it. I was like, how good was he? And should he feel the way he should feel towards Mike at this point? I think that was something like that. But talk, how good was he?
I think he was better than MJ just from a natural, you 6'7" with the same components, but not only is your right, your left is that big. You know what I'm saying? And you finishing with both equally like that. The difference was that the level of confidence coming out of, and so much, when we look at it, think about it. If you think about how many guys you played with, so much was given to them that lent to their confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I know that I got all of these people behind me and all of these people supporting me, then I'm going to go out and I'm going to play a different way, as opposed to I got to prove to these people that I'm capable. Scotty come in having to prove himself from Central Arkansas, as opposed to knowing that, dude, I'm 6'7", I got handles, I can jump, I can shoot. I still got to prove myself, where M was already proven to a degree. It was just a matter of how good he was going to become. And that, when I look at Pip's development, Scotty's silly, man. Scotty and Horace, they used to keep things so lighthearted because they were silly young folks. But they played hard and they got better every day. And I think that's the part that Pip became better with every touch. And I think, when they named him the top 50, it took his confidence to a different level. But I think he felt that MJ could have done more from a business side of helping him. You know what I'm saying? From a side of saying, all right, you think of how many professional athletes today and of yesteryear who gave a piece of themselves contractually in order to keep my boy here. You know what I'm saying? And that, I think Scotty wanted a little bit of that to happen. And sometimes, the friendship, and like I saw it, a piece the other day where they was asking Scotty if him and Michael ever had a dinner together. He's like, no. And I could see that. I could see them never sitting down,
That's hard to believe, though.
Yes, it is. But then when he said no, I was like, I thought y'all had. You know what I'm saying? At some point, if nothing else at the Olympics or Dream Team, sometime y'all had to sit down. But I could believe it. After talking about it, him talking about it the way he did, I could believe it, But it's not, it's not taking anything away from what we did on a basketball level. What are we doing as men? You know what I'm saying? Where are we at right now, man? Like I said, we too old for that dumb shit right now.
Way too old for it.
You spoke, hold on, where do I want to go there? I don't want to go there. Talk to me about the one time you guys were finishing up the season against Miami.
Right.
And you were going to see him in the first round of the playoffs.
Exactly. We're playing in Miami, and we're rolling at this time. The system is really playing for itself. And that's the cool part about the system. Once you get into it, you just come to games, man. You done did it so much, and it flows. So we going to shoot around, and we're leaving shoot around, and we're on the bus, and MJ like, man, drop me off here. And drop him off at the bar. He say he's going to have some beers, right?
Huh?
Say he's going to have some beers.
Listen to the rest of this story,
okay,
bro.
go have some beers. So he tell us to pick him up on the way back to the game. We pick him up. He still got his sweats on. MJ come to the game suited and booted, all right? Still got his sweats on. Pick us up, he get on the bus. Yeah, man, I'm feeling good. Right? Bubbly. You can smell the beer on him. Got 30 at half. All right? Going through warm-ups, man, I'm seeing 3 rims. I'm going to shoot at the one in the middle. Okay?
That's hard.
Okay? And then told us, if y'all can't beat them, we don't need to win a championship. Y'all can beat them without me. But came in there and he got it done early and went and sat down. Okay?
Fresh off of that.
Wouldn't sit down.
That's why that's the kind of shit, not that, but it bothers me what Dallas's management is trying to portray Luka as. Like, we aren't grown men and can handle what we need to do. They're mad because they think he smokes hookah and drinks beer. Like, if you knew what motherfuckers was really doing and still going out there and being professionals, like, shut that shit
and that's
up.
the crazy part is they know it ain't. They can play it off like they don't. You paying the amount of money. You're investing to know what these cats are doing. So as well as anybody. It's just a matter that now you want to use that as a means of the reason you got rid of them or whatever. But it's sickening, man. It's it's that same old, you control the media so you can control the narrative to a degree.